Hi, Paul here from Merrick Property Group, and we're shooting another series from the Merrick Property Group Help Series. Hope you're getting lots out of these videos. Today, very, very special guest, Mr. Nathan Hogan from Hogan's Property Inspections. Nathan,
mate.
Thanks for joining us, mate. Well regarded as possibly the most thorough and sometimes feared pest and building inspector. Certainly in our local market here. Nathan also covers other areas as well, but in our markets here of the Nepean Valley and the Lower Blue Mountains, there's not too many agents and solicitors that don't know of Nathan and just how well regarded he is in his line of work. Nathan, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, mate. Thanks for having me.
Well, Nathan, thanks again for joining us, mate. And can you tell us a little bit about Hogan's Property Inspections, what you do, and perhaps what sort of services you offer people?
Not a problem. So we started the business in 2009. I was a carpenter and a builder. Grew up in the Blue Mountains, spent my life in the mountains. Did most of my residential building in the mountains as well. So that gave me the grounding to start the business. I was looking for something different. I didn't want to be an old decrepit builder with a broken body. So that's where the building inspections came in. So I thought I was ready to go when I started, and then went with a few guys and started doing some training and realised I was out of my depth, and went and trained for a couple more years, and then started the business. So offering building and pest inspection services mainly. Pre-purchase is the main business, pre-sale inspections as well. That is also, I think, a very critical part of the industry. A lot of people don't do it. I think it is a good thing if you can find out what's wrong with the property before you put it on the market. You're well placed to get a good price and probably a quicker sale, I think.
Look, I know even from personal experience, obviously, and you probably remember this, when we sold our last property, we did have you out to do a pre-sale inspection, just so we knew exactly if there was anything we needed to be aware of, and there were a couple of things there which we were able to address before it actually we put it out to market. So it gave us good peace of mind. Once we'd found a buyer for our property, it basically meant that we didn't have any surprises. That's right. When we're going through that cooling off period.
I think if you do have problems with your property before you sell it, you can either do those repairs. By doing that, they feel, I think they can trust you as a buyer, trusting you buying an honest person that says, we've had an inspection done, we've got a few problems, this is what it is.
Nathan, as an agent, I've been an agent for about 16 years now, so I've been to a lot of pest and building inspections, and certainly there's a lot of properties we go to, certainly in certain suburbs where you have a lot of the same type of issues. It might be ventilation, drainage. In the mountains we have a lot of termite issues, things like that. What's your take on that? Should buyers be prepared to accept a certain level of defect on most properties, or should they look for perfection? What's your advice there?
Yeah, definitely depending on the type of age of property and the type of house you're buying. So yes, you're right. An older brick veneer house or an older weatherboard property, they will all have similar defects. Trying to find one that's probably been protected from termites over its history, a good clean or a history of termite inspections, even if they've had some termite activity in the past, if they've rectified that damage and then protected the property into the future, that's the best you can do. Okay. Yes, you will find the same sort of stuff, but
nothing's perfect.
No, nothing's perfect, to varying degrees.
All right, fantastic. Some great advice there. Now, Nath, before we let you go, and thanks for the coffee, by the way, this morning, from our next door neighbours there, Morgans. There's been some changes in your industry around deregulation. Can you explain to people watching this exactly what that means and what they need to be wary of?
Yep, not a problem. So 2010, the state government deregulated the building inspection industry. So prior to that, the industry was actually getting quite good. There was licensing, there was a requirement to have professional indemnity insurance, and that's all been taken away now. So anybody can do a building and pest inspection. Or not a pest, the pest industry is pretty well regulated. Building inspection, not at all.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, so anyone can say and even people, there's builders licenses out there where people, they're not really builders. They've gone to a classroom, they have never built anything. Ideally, this is my opinion, you want somebody that's a carpenter or a hands-on builder. They could have even been a bricklayer, but someone that's actually built houses. And then got that on-site experience combined with the additional training, knowing how to inspect a property and carrying professional indemnity insurance.
Yeah, fantastic. Look, I think there's a lot of people, even agents, that wouldn't be aware of that, so it's great advice. At the end of the day, we want people, whether it's an agent selling a property, we want people that's a client for life in our eyes, so we want to make sure that what they're buying or what they see is what they get, and certainly to get the quality inspector that's professional just means everything for them. They're making massive purchases, whether it's $500,000 or a lot more these days as well. No, thanks again, mate. Always good to see you.
Pleasure.
See you at the next one.
Thanks,
All
mate.
right, cheers.